Good morning. I came here for my U.S. citizenship test.
Good morning. Can I have your appointment notice and state ID, please?
Sure. Here you are.
I need to take your picture and scan your fingerprints right here. Can you please move one step closer and look at the camera in front of you?
Sure.
Now can you please place your left index finger on the scanner? Okay, everything is perfect. Take your notice and your ID back with you, and wait for your turn. The officer should be here in a moment.
Thank you.
Abdur Rahman?
Yes, that's me.
Hi, I am Officer Jennifer Lucy, and I will conduct your naturalization interview today.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, officer.
Please follow me. How are you doing today?
It's great, thank you. And how about you?
I am good too. Thank you for asking. Can I have your uscis appointment letter, passport, green card, and state-issued ID?
Sure. Here you go.
Thank you. Please put your things beside your chair and have a seat. Do you understand why you are here today?
Yes, I am here for my citizenship interview.
Why do you want to become a U.S. citizen?
Because I want to vote.
How are you eligible to become a United States citizen?
I have been a lawful permanent resident for over 3 years.
Do you feel well prepared for your interview today?
Yes, I do.
That's great. Do you need to use the restroom before we start?
No, I am fine, thank you for asking.
Are you ready for your interview?
Yes, officer, I am ready, but I am a bit nervous.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Thank you.
How did you get here today?
My wife drove me here.
Where is she now?
She is waiting outside for me.
How long did it take you to get here?
It took 30 minutes to get here.
If you do not understand any question, feel free to ask me to repeat it. Okay?
Okay.
How long have you been waiting for me?
I have been waiting for about 1 hour.
I am sorry to have kept you waiting.
No worries, officer.
Do you have any physical disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding any part or question of the naturalization exam?
No.
Do you have any questions before we start?
No, I don't.
Did you have any trouble finding our building?
No, officer, it was quite easy.
Okay. Did you come here voluntarily?
Yes, I did. I've been looking forward to this day.
How was the traffic today?
Not too bad.
Okay. Will you please stand up and raise your right hand? Before the interview, I will place you under oath. Do you solemnly affirm that the statements you are about to make will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Please put down your hand and take a seat.
Thank you, officer.
Do you know what you just promised?
Yes, officer. I promise to tell the truth.
Do you know what take an oath means?
It's a public promise that I have to do truthfully.
Please let me know if any of your answers have changed since submitting your application. Okay?
Sure.
What is your first name?
Abdur.
What is your last name?
Rahman.
Please spell your last name.
Rahman.
Do you have any middle name?
I don't have.
Have you used any other name before?
No, officer.
Have you used any other names since your birth?
No.
Do you want to change your name legally?
No.
What is your mailing address?
My mailing address is 12 Steinway Street, Queens, New York 11125, United States.
When did you become a lawful permanent resident?
I became a lawful permanent resident on December 15, 2016.
What is the best number to reach you?
612-09-81-068.
Has your address changed since you've submitted your application?
No, officer.
Can you verify your social security number, please?
1705-81-105.
How did you get your green card?
My wife petitioned for me.
What is your current address?
My current address is 12 Steinway Street, Queens, New York 11125, United States.
Where else have you lived the last 5 years?
I have been living at the same address since last 5 years.
Are either of your parents U.S. citizens?
No.
Were your parents married before your 18th birthday?
No, officer.
Where do your parents live now?
They live in Pakistan.
Do you still live in the same place since you've applied for citizenship?
Yes.
What is your country of citizenship?
It's Pakistan.
Can you please verify your date of birth?
It's October 3, 1988.
How many years have you lived at your current home address?
I have been living at the same address since I became a lawful permanent resident.
Are you currently single, married, divorced, or widowed?
I am married.
Can I have your marriage certificate, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. May I know your wife's name, please?
Her name is Inia Sultana.
What is her date of birth?
Her date of birth is July 11, 1993.
What is your spouse's legal status in the United States?
She is a U.S. citizen.
How did your wife become a U.S. citizen?
She became a U.S. citizen through a petition for alien relative.
Have you had any previous marriages?
No.
Have you brought any document that may prove your marriage legitimate?
Yes, here are few documents along with few photos with my spouse and our families since our marriage program.
Thank you. On what date did you get married?
On January 11, 2016.
What does your spouse do?
She does a job in a private company.
Do you have your spouse's passport or birth certificate copy?
Yes, here you go.
Thank you. How did you meet your current spouse?
My father and my wife's father is childhood friend and they arranged our marriage.
Wow. That's great. Did you have any wedding program?
Yes, we did have.
Can you show me any photographs of your marriage program?
Sure. Here are few photographs of our marriage program.
Thank you. How many times has your present spouse been married?
Once.
Do you file your taxes jointly with your spouse?
Yes, officer.
Is there any new trip outside of the United States since you submitted your application?
No, officer.
Were any of your trips for 6 months or more?
No.
Where was your last trip abroad?
My last trip was in Pakistan.
What was the purpose of your last trip?
To attend a family program.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for about 3 weeks.
Okay. How many total days, 24 hours or longer, did you spend outside the United States during the last 5 years?
I had 4 trips outside of the United States, which was longer than 24 hours.
Where were those trips?
All of those were in Pakistan.
What were the reason of those trips?
I went to Pakistan to celebrate Eid ul-Adha with my parents.
Oh, that's really nice. I really like the bondings of Muslim families. How do you support yourself?
I do job in a private firm.
Oh, that's great. How long are you working in your current company?
I'm working at the same company since I became a lawful permanent resident.
Do you have any employment history?
No.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I do have.
How many children do you have?
I have a daughter.
Where was she born?
She was born in the United States.
Have you brought her birth certificate with you?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you. Can you please verify your daughter's full name and date of birth?
Her name is Rushda Rahman, and date of birth is February 2, 2021.
What is your children's relationship with you?
She is my biological child.
Now we will go over your N400 application. If you do not understand a question, feel free to ask me to repeat it. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes, I do.
What are non-combatant services?
Assist the military without engaging in fighting.
Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally?
No, never.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with a terrorist organization?
No, never.
What is a terrorist organization?
An organization that uses violence against people.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand the meaning of bearing arms on behalf of the United States?
To carry and use weapons on behalf of the United States as per law.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly with any other totalitarian party?
No, officer.
Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit?
No, officer.
What is immigration benefit?
An advantage that is related to immigration.
Do you understand the meaning of have you ever?
In my lifetime.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No, officer.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No, officer.
Do you know what legally incompetent means?
Can't make any decision as per law because of mental problem.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, officer.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated either directly or indirectly, with the Communist Party?
No.
Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean?
To state that I am a U.S. citizen.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No, never.
What is public benefit?
Government programs that provide assistance to the public.
Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No, officer.
What does it mean to file a tax return?
To send tax paperwork to the government.
Do you pay your taxes on time every year?
Yes, officer.
Can you tell me what's the last date to send in federal income tax forms?
April 15th.
Very good. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
Yes, I received a traffic ticket in 2019.
What was the reason you got the ticket?
It was a car accident. It was my fault. I failed to yield a stop sign.
Did you go to court after that?
No.
How much did you pay?
I paid $360, and still I feel real sorry for that mistake.
Okay. Have you ever been stopped by the police for any other reasons?
No, officer.
Were you ever involved in any way with genocide?
No, never.
What is genocide?
To kill a whole race.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, I do.
What is full oath of allegiance?
A promise to be loyal to the United States.
Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training?
No.
Have you called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
What is non-U.S. resident?
A person who does not live in the U.S.
Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No, officer.
Have you ever been in jail or prison?
No, never.
If the law requires it, Are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes, officer.
Do you understand what civilian direction means?
The guidance by non-military personnel.
Give me an example to perform work of national importance.
To help with a major emergency like a fire, flood, or earthquake.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes, I do.
What does the Constitution mean?
It is the supreme law of the land.
Do you now have, or did you ever have a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
Now we're going to move on to the reading and writing portions, to test your ability to read and write English. First we'll start with the reading portion. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Please look at the tablet in front of you, and read the sentence out loud for me. Okay?
Okay.
Please read this sentence.
Who was George Washington?
Very good. Congratulations. You have passed your reading test.
Oh, thank you, officer.
Now we're going to move on to the writing portion. I want you to write the sentence down on the tablet that I'm going to say out loud. You need to get 1 out of 3 sentences correct to pass. Okay?
Okay.
Please write this sentence. George Washington was the first president.
Would you please say that once again?
Okay. Please write this sentence. George Washington was the first president. Very good. Congratulations. You've passed the English reading and writing test. And also you have passed your naturalization interview.
Thank you, officer.
Now I want you to review all of the information on the tablet to make sure it's accurate. Let me know if there are any mistakes.
Okay. Everything looks good.
Great. So please sign the box on the tablet to affirm that everything you've said during the interview, and all of the evidence that you've submitted, is complete and true.
Okay.
Thank you. Please review the Oath of Allegiance section. Make sure you agree to all of the statements. Then you can print your name and sign and date on the tablet.
Okay.
Thank you. Just give me a minute. I need to run a quick background check and copy all of your documents.
Sure. Take your time, please.
All right. Thank you for your patience. I've completed all of your copies. So here are all of your originals and the copy of your test result.
Thank you, officer.
I have submitted my recommendation for your approval, and my supervisor will be taking a look at it next. Did you apply online?
Yes, officer. I applied online.
Okay. You should get a notification in your account in the next 24 to 48 hours for your approval, if there's no other issues. After that, you should be able to schedule the oath ceremony.
That would really be great.
Any other questions?
No, officer. It's all good. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Let me walk you back to the waiting area.
Thanks again.